Hey, what's up everyone, and welcome to One Piece. Oh god, I meant to put it under my chin. Welcome to One Piece. This is episode 735, 736, 737, and 738. 4 episodes again. What? I know, crazy. We did 4 episodes last video, but that's right. If you've been paying attention, this is where we got the 4 episode avalanche. So last video was 4 episodes, this video is 4 episodes, next video is 4 episodes, and the one after that is 4 episodes. And then I think the one after that is 4 episodes. Oh my god. Oh gosh. Okay, geez, yeah. So there's a lot. There's a lot. But then we'll be going back to 3-4-3-4, okay? I'm not doing it forever, okay? I'm going back to 3-4. It's just until we get to the end of Dressrosa, we're pushing it. And then it'll be one more after that because then that'll be a Wednesday video that's coming out. And I try to keep the 4 episode videos on Wednesday. It might shift around in the future if I do like bonus videos, then it'll shift so that the 3 episode one's on Wednesday and the 4 episode one's on Saturday. But then I'll always try to shift it back, eventually. Sorry about all the barking that's going on. So anyway, today we are doing some One Piece. And last video, we possibly finished we had the climax of the arc. So now it's kind of a question of what's next. Like, what's this video gonna be? And I'm really excited for that because the ends of arcs and the way that it can all play out can be really exciting and great. I'm hoping, because like Dressrosa was notoriously slow paced, as we know. I'm hoping that this sort of like the epilogue bits, they don't drag out too, because they dragged out last episode, but you know, that's fine. That was, you know, they found an excuse to do like a full recap episode essentially, and they used it. But now, you know, if we're doing like epilogues and setups and teasers and whatever, you know, setting up for the next arc is, if we're doing all of that, then I want that to, you know, to feel like we're getting stuff done and we're not just fucking around too much. Because I really like these episodes generally. These are generally some of my favorite episodes. Whenever I think of like the most fun I've had watching One Piece, there's several things that jump to mind. I would say now that 4th gear moment is up there, you know? And I'm talking about like fun, like moments where I'm like really having a great time. Like one of my favorite moments of all time in the series is the Robin I Want to Live moment, but I wouldn't define that as like me having so much fun. You know, I was being emotionally invested in that, but I wasn't going like, oh my god, yes, you know. But when I think about like having the most fun, I think of the 4th gear moment now. I think of the 2nd gear moment. I think of when we what was it? Well, this is the main thing I'm talking about, is the epilogue to Water 7. The epilogue to Water 7 was so much fun, I think. Like, all the bits where it's like they're revealing the Garp and the dragon stuff, and like all of those episodes were incredibly fun. So that's kind of what I'm hoping for, that we have like just at the, like, it doesn't need to be as good as that. Just give me a taste. Give me a taste of that. I don't know if that's going to be this video or if it's going to be in the next few videos, but just give me a taste. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to jumping into this. Make sure to support the video if you can. Liking the video, commenting down below, subscribing to the channel. All of that stuff helps me out so much. You have no idea. So please make sure to do that. And if you like these videos, if you want to support me, and if you want bonus content, like you get stuff for it as well, go to my Patreon account in the description below. You pay a small fee and you get access to all of the full-length videos, all of the stuff. It's really great. By the way, I don't think I've mentioned this much. I think you can watch the first One Piece episode or the first 3 One Piece episodes or whatever in full-length version for free, I think. I think I made that free a little while ago, and I posted about it, but probably not everyone saw it. So if you just want to try out like watching a full episode with me, you can go to that to the free versions and watch it. Sync it up with your own footage and watch the whole episode with me. And if it's a fun experience, if it feels better, if it feels more immersive, you can go through the series better, then maybe join the Patreon account. You'll get the next at least 20 or so episodes on there right now. You can also join my YouTube membership down below to get 1 week early on edited videos. But here we go, jumping into One Piece. This is episode 735 of One Piece. Woo! Okay, recap Rubik's. If you're new to this channel, this is the recap Rubik's. It's a Rubik's Cube that I do while the recap is going on, and my goal is to beat the recap. And that's the cube complete. Okay, this episode is going to be called the Battle of the Aftermath, Sabo vs. Burgess, because that's the only thing that I can think is still happening, right? He's going to be part of the Dressrosa's history for all time. Oh, there's Sabo. Aren't you battling right now? Did I misremember? Did that end? Oh. Did he win? Holy shit, Sabo won! Sabo, great job! Yeah, maybe a little, but it's fine. Who's ringing? Koala? It's Koala. I'd be answering a phone call from Koala immediately. Wait. Who was that? I thought it was Koala, but then the hair color wasn't right, I don't think. Is it another Revolutionary Army member? That's also a woman? How many women do they have? I'm interested. Damn. Damn. Oh my god. The fucking dragon grip. Oh my god, he's gonna break your skull. Oh, the sound. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Come on, Koala's gotta save him. That's what I want. Oh god. Here we go. Oh, he was ready for it. Oh! Holy shit! God damn! Hell yeah, Sabo. I love the way all of this went. I love that we didn't need to see the full fight. We just saw that Sabo had beaten Jesus. Oh my god. Jesus. Did he kill him? Did he kill him? There's Koala. Yeah, there is another woman. Show me this woman. And they arresting the whole family. I mean, you know, they probably should be taking baby 5 in. Aww. Aww. Okay, good. They've completely fucking locked him up. Good. But I'm just ready for him to wake up and go and then do something crazy. But he won't. Apple 9. Okay. Okay. I'm so curious. Another neighboring country. Mm-hmm. Okay. It's pretty scary. Yep. Oh, okay. They're being fully transparent. Yeah, I mean, you're a great king. Who else will lead this place, huh? Okay. Aww. They'd rather be led by you and have the country not be perfect. Come on, you're a man of the people. Ah, the king. Damn. You gotta do it now. Everyone thinks you are gonna do it. Aww. And then, of course, Fujitora. It was the failing of the Navy is a big part of it. Yep. Holy shit, man. Oh, this is good. Fujitora is such a good guy. He's humbling himself and all of his men. It's very good. Yeah, to have an admiral bowing to you. And I mean, Fujitora is apologizing. He wasn't even the one to put it in place. He's been trying to stop it since he became admiral. He's new. But letting the rest of, well, the nearby people see this moment. Amazing. Oh my gosh. Oh my god. Worldwide news. And he's being lifted out of there. Oh, and Violet's probably just watching it happen with her power. Aww. That's so cute. Hell yes. That's what I wanted. This is the shit that I love. And like Oda knows that we love it. Like, we have the events that are happening in the arc, and then at the end of the arc, it's like, okay, now let's see how these events affect the rest of the world. And it's so exciting. Oh, I love seeing it. And this is what makes One Piece unlike pretty much anything else out there. Because there's so little stuff that will be able to do this so effectively. But the greater world reacting to shit that's going on in this series, I mean, it's the best. It's the fucking best. So yeah, this was a great episode. I really enjoyed this one. And we got to see the koala and no, not koala. Oh my god, I got koala on the brain. There's something wrong with me. I need a koala figure at some point. Absolutely. Like now that I have a Nami figure, I feel like koala, because she's one of my, like, her character design is one of my favorites in One Piece. So like a koala figure feels like that's on the priority list. But anyway, what was I saying? Koala, Sabo. The Sabo and Burgess scene I really liked, because it was nice. Because I was thinking like, okay, well, like the Sabo Burgess thing is like the only thing we have left to deal with, and then when we cut to it, it was actually already over, which I like, or you know, mostly over. The actual fighting bit was over, and I like that because we've had a lot of, you know, fighting. I mean, there's this whole part of the arc has been like fight after fight after fight after fight, and we saw the start of the Burgess Sabo fight. I felt like I'd seen what I needed to see from that fight, so I wasn't dreading watching that fight, but I also wasn't really necessarily looking forward to the Sabo and Burgess fight. So I think it's actually great that we skipped over the main part of it. We got the hype of like, oh my god, Sabo actually beat him. So like I still felt that hype, but it was just I got to see the result of it instead of like watching it. And then 2, we got to see sort of the emotional climax of that fight, which is what happened afterwards. And I think that's the important thing. So I feel like Oda just gave us exactly what we needed to see from that fight and the best parts of it without giving us the parts that like we don't need to see. It was great. That's good writing to me. Really good. So I really liked that scene, but then we have the question of, did Sabo kill him? Because it looked like Sabo killed him. Like, he did the burning thing, and can I get that up? Because I think when he did it, yeah, I mean, they did this shot, right? And then we see him, like, fading to dust. Now, I don't know, like, that feels to me, and then we don't like see him again. So that feels to me like you could really, now I'm distracted because she's so cute. It feels to me like that is a scene that you would specifically draw like that to go like, no, this is Sabo being unforgiving. This is him killing Burgess, which I don't know, like that would be kind of interesting. I think that would be a good decision because like he's a cool character, absolutely. But what would be the repercussions of him dying here in terms of like how's Blackbeard gonna react to that? Because we know how Whitebeard reacted to Blackbeard killing one of his crew members. So how will Blackbeard react to Sabo killing one of his crew members? So I don't know. And then there was also another woman in the by the looks of it in the Revolutionary Army, but our best view of her is this, and like she has like some sort of mask on or something. I don't know. Like she doesn't look like she has as incredible a design as Koala's. So you know, I'm not sure, but I always like when we see women. By the way, why do we have this like? This guy looks like he could be like Watson in Sherlock Holmes. You know, that's like kind of the vibe he gives me. But yeah. Anyway, really good episode. I had a great time with it. I liked it a lot. And I think we're just gonna move right along to the next one. So this is episode 736 of One Piece. Here we go. Hey, let's go. Okay, recap Rubik's. Here we go. And that's the cube complete. Okay, this episode is going to be called, I don't know, The World Finds Out. Dressrosa spreads around the globe. Has One Piece ever used the word globe? What if their world isn't a globe? What if it's flat? Oh no, they've probably talked about the curvature of the earth or something at some point. Snail's watching closely. Do those snails ever blink? And does it cut out the feed for a second? Rise, that's an order. He wants the world to see it. It's not that he doesn't mind, he thinks they need to see it. Interesting. Okay. It's a pretty good reason for not having Fujitora help. Yeah, baby. Let's get the Straw Hats all back together, please. Super! Aw, even Law's smiling. Alright. Aww. It's you motherfuckers. Big hug. Crawl all over him. It's not often that you can be hugged by an entire army at once. Red line, okay. Yep. Marie-Joie. I feel like it's been a while since we've seen the 5 Elders. Have their designs improved? Yeah, they don't give a fuck about you. Damn. Sides with Blackbeard now. Oh shit, man. We're really getting attention now. Everyone knows it! Oh shit. Damn, man! Are they stopping wars around the world? Holy shit! Holy shit! The Straw Hats didn't just stop Dressrosa's war. It stopped them in so many different places. What about Kaido? I just realized, is Kaido gonna react to it? Suru! Are we not even gonna see on the ship? Come on! You just gotta let me hear Suru's voice. I remember them. A town somewhere. Yes, my girl! She's gonna eat out your entire pizza place. Old lady, she aged herself. And then makes herself younger to hide. Yeah. My girl Bonnie. Somewhere in the sky. Oh, is it gonna be the one from Skypiea? The guy with wings? I forgot his name. Yeah, this guy. Udoge. 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 Shit. What the fuck is going on? Who is that? Could it be Kaido? I don't know. I'm just kind of guessing now. I just imagine Kaido to be big. The Kid Pirate safe house? Oh my god, we're seeing so much. It sure will. Yep. Okay. Oh no! Really? Because he wouldn't have approved it. Yep. Ooh. Conversation between Smoker and Fujitora? Damn, man. I mean, you gotta respect the Straw Hats. Guess who has a higher status? Who can actually do something about it? It's Fujitora. Awesome. Yay. Aww. That's awesome. Oh! The kids! Maybe we're still gonna see them meet up with their parents again. Oh, or are they going to... Okay. Cool. Yes. Yes, it was, and you gotta admit your mistakes. Fuck yeah! What a great line! Oh, fuck yeah! Okay, so it's like, I don't know if we're gonna have Fujitora now be like a villain to us, because like, you know, that at the very end could be either him saying like, yes, I was gonna go after Straw Hat Luffy and Law anyway, or it could have been like, I don't care what the Navy thinks of me, and I don't need to be around the Navy. But you know, it's possible he's gonna be coming after us, but it doesn't matter to me right now, because I'm riding the high of that fucking incredible line. This line, if we lose credibility just by admitting fault, we didn't have any in the first place. That's a fucking line. That's incredible. And I mean, you know, pun not intended, I guess. But like, that's incredible, because you can show that to so many companies and people in this world who refuse to admit fault when they do something, and then they're like, well, we can't like make a statement saying we made a mistake or whatever, because then firstly, sometimes they think like, well, where does it end? Then we're going to be apologizing for every little thing or whatever, which is stupid. And then another thing is that they'll say like, no, but we're supposed to have some sort of authority, and if we show people that we're making mistakes, then they're going to like doubt us more. Which is stupid, because the whole idea of having a sort of power is, if you are respectable enough, you admit fault to something, that is you saying like, look, normally we're on the ball, but this time we acknowledge there's something that we did wrong. So we've acknowledged that we did this wrong, we apologize for it, and we're going to change that in the future. That makes it that makes you more credible if you're able to pull that off properly, if you like genuinely admit fault. Otherwise, if you are never admitting fault, there are people in my life who like will never apologize for anything ever, right? Those sorts of people who never apologize and they never say something is their fault, they are the least credible people I know in the world. I like give them no credibility in my head. Whereas the people who, when they actually fuck up, they say like, I'm sorry, but I fucked up. Even if they fuck up a decent amount, they have a lot of credibility to me because they are going to be the ones to give themselves an honest assessment and actually do something about when they make a mistake. So I love that line so much. It's so accurate. It can be applied to so many different circumstances, and it's just satisfying to have someone yell that at the Fleet Admiral, you know? Someone yell that at a Kainu who really needs to hear it, even though he's not going to properly hear it. It's going to go in one ear and out the other, of course. There's no way he's going to take that on as legitimate criticism, but it's just so satisfying to hear that being yelled at him nonetheless. By the way, the goal that Captain Kidd's crew is going after Shanks. Whoo, boy, that's exciting and scary and sad, and I don't know. But here's something I'm going to tell you right now. I feel like I'm going to forget it. I feel like I'm going to forget that that's happening. And this happens a lot. I love these tease episodes so much where they're doing a bunch of lore drops and stuff. It happens very often where we'll see someone again later and I'll have completely forgotten what they were doing and what they said. And then, you know, they'll be like, okay, now we're going to do our goal. And I'm like, oh, I wonder what their goal is. And then you guys will comment like, he said back in episode 736, don't you remember? They said they were going after Shanks. And I'll be like, oops, yeah, I did forget that, because it just happens. There's so much stuff in this show and there's so many storylines. I could be really hyped about it and discuss it for 45 minutes and then forget about it completely. So I feel like that's one of those pieces of information that I will forget, maybe. But now that I've talked about it so much, maybe I won't. We'll see. But regardless, very cool and hype, because I remember when Law was doing the... he was saying to Luffy, like, look, I'm going after an emperor. And then Luffy was like, what? So who are you going after or whatever? And then we didn't hear it. I remember I was speculating that it was Shanks, right? I was saying like, well, Law's actually going after Shanks, and Luffy accepts it with a smile because he knows he has to fight Shanks eventually to like prove himself or whatever, right? That was my speculation at the time. And I was also, part of that speculation was I was like, it's kind of cool, the idea that if like Shanks is going to be a bigger part of one of these arcs or whatever, and it's going to be actually about going to find him and take him down and stuff. That would be really sick. But then it didn't end up being that. It ended up being Kaido, and I was like, okay, yeah, cool, Kaido, great. But it was a little sad that it wasn't a confirmation that Shanks is going to be a bigger part of the series at some certain point coming soon. So this, at least there's someone going after Shanks, so we might see cool little things with Shanks a little bit more, you know? I'm pretty sure, by the way, that I saw recently that the Shanks voice actor is stepping down, I think, which is very sad. I don't know all the details of it. I haven't really looked into it for obvious reasons. I don't want to get spoiled. And I thought if I clicked on any of those articles or threads, it might be like Shanks, who in the anime recently died, or like in the anime, you know, like they could have said some major spoiler, you know? So I tried to stay away from it, but I did read headlines that was like Shanks voice actor is possibly stepping down, which is very sad, especially after Frankie's voice actor doing the same thing. Yeah, like it feels like there's gonna be a lot of changes to the cast and stuff, but that's okay. That's okay. Like it's the voice actors are amazing, and I think honestly the Shanks one would hit me harder than even Frankie's one. Frankie is more iconic, I think, but I really love Shanks's voice from memory. He's got a very cool voice. So yeah, But you know, I'm curious to see if they do recast him, what sort of voice they'd give him. I feel like there's other Japanese actors out there that I can imagine that could do a good Shanks voice. So we'll see. I love the detail that the Straw Hats, they didn't just help Dressrosa. In stopping Dressrosa, they literally saved countries around the world. Like, there are some countries that were engaged in a war, and their weapon manufacturer is now gone, and they go, well, shit, now we can't fight the war anymore, and they surrender, and then the war's over, and the people are better off because of it. It's really great. Like, that's a really great thing to show, I think, to just show that they're not just helping themselves, and they're not just helping Dressrosa. They are literally making a change throughout the entire world, and this was one that the Navy wasn't able to cover up because of Fujitora. So satisfying, such satisfying story progression and writing, and it makes me love Fujitora even more. Oh, really, really great. Also, we saw the Five Elders again this episode, right? Now, we've seen very little of the Five Elders throughout the series, despite them being possibly some of the most important characters in the entire series. We still don't see them much. Now, it's been a long time since I've seen them. I do forget, like, a lot about them or whatever. But something I will say is, I used to think the Five Elders, like, I never really talked about them or thought about them, because when we saw them, I felt like I really didn't care too much about them. They had like boring designs, and so I was like, oh, they just look like old people, so I kind of don't care and whatever. Today, I didn't think that. Today, I thought their designs looked pretty solid. Like, they all look distinct. I like, you know, you've got, I need to get my mouse on the screen. You've got this guy back here who, like, I like, you know, the way he's standing and that he has a cool weapon with him. You know, you got these two guys here. One's got a big mustache, one's got the curly hair. This guy looks like the headmaster from Spy Family. You got this guy who's the only one that's blonde instead of being white-haired. So, so they all have like a unique design. Obviously, you can't see the blonde guy's head, but just, you know, you can believe that that head is blonde. They've all got a unique design to them, and I did end up finding their looks more interesting this time, I think. So yeah, I like a shot like this, you know, this guy actually kind of looks kind of interesting and cool. And I like, you know, the open shirt and the, like, you can see his abs and stuff. Like, that's more interesting than just, oh, he's an old guy. I don't remember, like, I'm not saying that, oh, they've changed it and they've made them better. I genuinely can't remember. I'm just saying I didn't take notice of them the first time we saw them. Maybe, like, in my head when I first saw them, for being such important characters, I thought, well, they're kind of boring looking for being such important characters. And then I dropped my expectations of those characters down a hell of a lot. So that this time when I saw them, they actually weren't as low as I had remembered, and they were a bit better. And so I actually appreciate them a lot more now, having low expectations going into looking at those character designs. Because it's been a long time since I've looked at what the Five Elders look like. But yeah, like, that makes me a little more interested and excited about them, because I kind of remembered them being more boring. But it seems like they might be interesting. They also mentioned, now this is one of the things, remember how I was talking about before? I was saying that, you know, sometimes they'll give us major lore and I would have forgotten it, even though it was major and I talked about it a lot. Have I forgotten this? Aokiji is siding with Blackbeard? What do they mean by that? Like, is he actually working with Blackbeard? Or is this like a thing where it's like, he's not siding with the Navy, and he's like going against things that the Navy wants to do, so they're considering him as a traitor to the Navy, therefore he's siding with Blackbeard. You know, like that kind of thing. I really don't know, but I don't remember hearing that Aokiji was with Blackbeard in any way. But I guess we'll see. I guess we'll see if we see him again. All right. I think we're ready to move on to the next episode. So, yeah, that is 736. So let's move on to episode 737 of One Piece. Here we go. Hey, let's go. Okay, recap Rubik's. Here we go. Oh my god, that was such a short recap. That's crazy. This episode's called We're Getting Shit Done. An update on the rest of the Straw Hats. Town in the east of Dressrosa. Kiros' house. They're all in a house together. Cute. He's a dick. Don't worry about him. I like Usopp's look right now. The casual look he's got going on. In fact, all of their casual looks are great. This is cute. Who's that? Is that Sabo? Yeah, the hat. And the pipe. Oh, Robin! It's so cute that Robin had such a happy reaction to him. They sure did, and they had some interesting designs. I feel like they've got to play a role in this show going forward because of their designs. Yeah, these guys. Oh, koala. She loves Sabo, man. She's so happy to see him. Luffy doesn't talk about his past very much. Is this gonna be... Oh, they're just showing pictures. I was gonna say, they're gonna treat this like a recap episode. Man! Like, I think we've seen this scene before, but it makes no sense that he joins the Revolutionary Army after this, after meeting Dragon. The birds are the only thing in color because they're the ones that are free. Yep, okay. So from here on, it's gonna be new information if they show anything else. Are they gonna show anything else? Oh, they will. At least his hat floated with him, so it's the same hat that he's got now? I thought he might have remade it. Oh, did Dragon save him or something? He did! That makes sense! After that encounter with him, he maybe was watching over him a little bit. Cool. Oh, and he's pissed! Fuck yeah! Hates the Celestial Dragons. It's been a while since we've seen Ivan. Don't know what that was. Something just fell in the cupboard or something. It's cool Inazuma's here as well. I forgot Inazuma was also part of the army. Oh, did he have some amnesia for a while? It must have come back though, because he remembers the sake and Luffy and all of that. Don't take me home. He remembers that he doesn't want to go back. Yeah, he just knows the feeling. Sure you can. It's a small detail, but I like that some of the extras in this scene are women. The Revolutionary Army actually has women in their ranks that aren't main characters, you know? Unlike the fucking Navy. Oh, cool illustration. My gosh. Just actually seeing them have to rebuild everything. Normally don't think about this stuff. The baby five relationship is so cute. It makes sense. Don't kill everyone. And when did you get it back? Bautigo. Oh my god. What? Ivan just jump scare Hank. Oh, cool little montage. Damn, he was taught a lot. He's probably a very intelligent man now. Revolutionary you know what I'm trying to say. The Revolutionary Army seems sick. They educate, they train. Kuma's here. You surely can't take Kuma. Yeah, come on. Kuma's on another level. Oh, is that Koala? Yes, it is. She's already way, you know, cleaner than she was when we first had her. Like when we first saw her. She's really put together now. A pipe is what works best for him. Cool. Oh man, went straight for dragon. Those two standing next to each other remind me of Baby Five and Buffalo in the Don Quixote family. It's cool that they keep showing us what was happening with Luffy and Ace at the same time. Hell yeah, Sabo. He's gonna do all of this without a devil fruit. Just with pure skill. Oh, and with Haki. Some pretty intense Haki. Oh my god, hell yeah. Oh my gosh. Is this what's gonna trigger your memory? And that's this situation. That's right, he went back to fight him. 20-year-old Sabo. Wait, so Ace's death is what brought it back? Huh. Damn, man. That was kind of cool. We just get an episode seeing some Sabo backstory that also was like pretty quick paced and like got us through, you know, it didn't waste too much time on it. Like, you know, unless they're going to show more next episode, but it felt like they showed everything they wanted to show. And I liked it. I really like just the Sabo and Dragon connection, because I'm pretty sure they did show that Dragon scene when we were originally seeing the Sabo, Ace and Luffy backstory. I'm pretty sure that Dragon scene was in there because I recognized it. But at the time, I was just like, oh, this is a cool cameo showing, you know, the Dragon saw them and whatever, right? But it makes a lot of sense because at the time, I didn't know that Sabo was going to join the Revolutionary Army. Now I'm watching that scene with the context that he does do that. And I was like, oh, so this is where Dragon first scouts him almost. You know, he sees him, he sees how like dedicated he is and the sorts of thought processes that he has and how he's a victim of these people. And then so when he sees him in trouble, he reaches a hand out and he saves him. And I really like that. I like that we're seeing more of the Revolutionary Army. They're a cool group. They are very cool. I like all of their characters that they've shown so far. I think, like, you know, I think from what I was looking at, I mean, I'm pretty sure the only ones we really, like, know that are properly named and stuff are Dragon, Kuma, Hack, Sabo, Koala, Inazuma. I think that's it. And all of those characters I like. With obviously varying degrees of like, but some of them I absolutely love. You know, I obviously absolutely love Koala. I absolutely love Sabo. I absolutely love Kuma, I think. And I really like the others. I really like, you know, Inazuma, Ivan, Hack, Dragon. So yeah, I am very curious to see more of the Revolutionary Army. I don't want to see more of their backstory. I want to see more of them, what they're doing now. And I want to see them do stuff because they seem really cool, but they also could be like real end game stuff like that. Also, like, they could be like, you know, Shanks level, we're saving this for the end of the series type stuff. Because it's like, yeah, there's just some, you know, cool setup there. But yeah, I really like it. I think Dragon's a great character. I really enjoy him. I think the only thing with Dragon, and this isn't a solid, I haven't formed this opinion fully yet, but it's just like most of the times that I see him, I don't know if I connect with his voice too much yet. I don't know if I feel like his voice fits what I imagine for Dragon. He's got sort of like this very scratchy voice that for me doesn't like fit what I imagine with it. I actually don't remember the English dub voice of Dragon. Like actually maybe I can check what that is right now. Hold on. Yeah, okay, so I checked the English dub voice, and I think the English dub voice is closer to what I imagined for Dragon. There's something about the Japanese sub voice which I don't know what it is, and I'm not saying the voice actor's bad at all. I truly don't know what it is, but I just don't connect as much with it. But he hasn't had much of a role in the show yet. So what I need to see is when Dragon becomes an important part of this story, like, and is actually actively participating in it, and we see a lot of him. I imagine Dragon would have some more impassioned scenes, because most of the time when we see Dragon, he's actually talking, you know, on a pretty standard, like, casual conversation level. We don't see him with, you know, screaming at people. We don't see him crying and we, like, you know, in a way that the voice actor can portray. We haven't seen much range from Dragon so far, so I want to see his range, because I bet you the range is going to be where he really shines. But yeah, I liked seeing this backstory. I loved when Sabo first came into Curious' house and you just hear Robin light up. Like, I love when her voice hits that, like, really excited tone. Like, when that voice actress goes from her regular delivery of stuff to just being ecstatic that someone's there is the cutest fucking thing in the world. I really, really love that. So I loved that she was excited to see Sabo and was just talking to him very happily, and also was like very excited to wake Luffy up. Like, oh my god, like she was so happy to see these brothers talk to each other once again. It was really nice. I know Sabo said like, oh, don't wake him up, I just wanted to see him once before I left or whatever. I do think they should have woken him up anyway, because I feel like for Luffy, it's like, you don't know if you're going to be able to see Sabo again. This is your brother. And I know Luffy needs to rest right now because he's taken a lot of fucking damage and stuff, but give him a little time with his brother, you know? Wake him up and like, just give him that, at least like one little conversation with his brother. But it was nice that Luffy wasn't doing that, because I think the only reason Sabo could be so quiet and pensive and all of that is because Luffy was asleep. If Luffy was awake, it probably would have been a way more chaotic conversation and stuff, so who knows. Yeah, anyway, I think we're going to move on to the next episode and the final episode we're doing in this video. This is episode 738 of One Piece. Here we go. Hey, let's go. Okay, recap Rubik's. Here we go. And that's the cube complete. Okay, this episode is gonna be called No One Stays Dead, Fire Fist Ace Awakens. Wouldn't that be some shit? The one character they've ever fucking killed off. Okay, so we're still seeing more Sabo backstory. It's gonna be about how Ace quote unquote awakens his memory. Damn it, Koala. I was having a realization. Man, if I could just spend time with Koala forever, screw my brothers, you know? Fuck it. Situation. Ah. Yep. It's ended. It's already over. So he just started to get his memories back when Ace died. Like I was just, yeah, he is. So what? Oh, Sabo. Damn, man, adding new freckles with your tears. Shit, man. Koala's the only one who notices. Maybe Hack. I couldn't see Hack properly. Oh. Man, for you to get the memory back just as you find out he dies is horrible. Go over there and comfort him, you two. Oh. Yeah, now they're rushing over. Both of you, wrap your arms around him. Hold him close. Oh. Catch him! Oh. He lost his memory again. She's mad. She's mad that you made her sad. Oh. Oh. It's good that she's crying. Remember, she was told it's okay to cry? So her letting out her emotions is a good character. Yeah, now you just have extra things to fight for. Damn, man. So who's listening to this story? It's just Robin, Zoro. Right. The two samurai and Frankie. That's exactly what I was thinking when he was eating the meat. Sabo's story was just trod all over. How much more of the story is there? Sometimes I feel like with One Piece backstories, it's not a bad thing. But sometimes I feel like I keep thinking the backstory's over. And they're like, alright, here's more. What more is there? He talks to Dragon. That's all I can think. We did see him put the sake on the grave. Okay, and now this is stuff we've seen before. Are they gonna show something new with this flashback, or is this just padding time now? Oh, so he had to do a lot more to prove that it was him. Because I think this is an extended version of the scene, at least. Aww. Sabo, join my crew. Oh. Yeah. Of course. Oh. That was a nice extended version of the scene. That was cute. Because they did cut over a lot of that the first time we saw it. Yes! Okay, cool. Yep, and then he did the Vivre card thing as well. They are brothers. Man, you need to get some braille dice, dude. Damn. Oh, I love Fujitora. He's like, oh, the die said it. I guess we gotta stick with the die. Yeah, he did change. Bud was right to tie him up. She's like wearing regular clothes. That's true. Just like Vivi. And that's a good thing. We love Vivi in this household. Oh my god, Sabo. Is Dragon the kind of guy that like listens to you talk about stuff like that? Cute episode. That was nice. That was a nice and simple episode. I wonder with Sabo, because he said I'm gonna go back and tell Dragon all about it. Like, what kind of person is Dragon really? Like, we know he's nice at heart for sure, right? He seems like the kind of guy who he's like, because like he seems like the kind of guy that he cares a decent amount, but he's like he's a kind of like dad type figure who he's never gonna like properly show his emotions, and he really doesn't understand how to express himself at all. So he just speaks in a very stoic manner quite a lot. And it's not, I also don't think he's like tsundere, where he's gonna be like, no, I don't care, you know. He's not pretending not to care. He's just in the middle, where it's like he just literally doesn't know how to show it with his expressions and with his actions and stuff, but he does care. That's the vibe that I get from him, but I really don't know that for sure. That's just kind of just my headcanon right now. But like Sabo says, I'm gonna go back and tell him all that stuff about it. I kind of want to see a scene like that and see like, how does Dragon take it? Does he sit there listening intently and go like, that's really great, Sabo? I can't imagine him doing that. I imagine he's like doing paperwork or whatever, and Sabo's going like, and then I went to see Luffy, and then Luffy was asleep, so I was talking to his crew, but Luffy was, you know, he was smiling in his dreams, and so we were watching him for a while, and they were talking about how if he woke up, he wouldn't have enough food, and then Dragon's like, That's very great, Sabo. You know, like he's just not paying full attention, but he is like fully listening, and then maybe at the end he'd look up and go like, so did you have fun or something, you know, something to prove that he was kind of listening and cared. That's the vibe that I get from him, but I really don't know. So there's a part of me that wants to see that scene, but it's not necessary. We're not going to. And yeah, so I was like, when they first started showing the like they were like, oh, there's a bit more of this story, and then they cut to it and it was just Sabo meeting Luffy again. I was like, okay, like there's no more of this story, you're just trying to pad time in the episode. But at the very least, they, like at a certain point I was like, oh no, we're watching the scene in full, when before we saw, I think we saw like Luffy have the realization, and then it kind of cut to Luffy outside of the Coliseum going like, I can't believe Sabo's alive, I'm so happy. And then that was it, you know? So at least we saw all of the conversation in between there, which was an important conversation. I mean, it wasn't that important. We could have figured it out. Like if we didn't see that scene, nothing would have changed from our perceptions of anything, but it was still a nice scene to see between them. And we got to like see how happy Luffy was, and I really liked like Luffy's just so beside himself with emotion. He's just crying and crying and crying, and he can barely respond. And then Sabo's like, is it okay if I eat the flare fruit? And he's just like, just do it. Like he's like, yes, of course, if there's anyone, like he was so adamant, like there's no one who can eat it, like no one's worthy of eating it or whatever. And then Sabo comes and he's like, yeah, you can do it, please. It's just like, for Luffy, the perfect person for the flare fruit just arrives on a silver platter. Someone who it was impossible for him to be there. If I was Luffy, genuinely, and this would be very sad, but if I was Luffy, I would genuinely, when Sabo appears, go, oh, this is Bon Clay. Like, or something like that, you know, or someone like Bon Clay, where it's like, this isn't Sabo, this is, you know. But the thing is, he looks like an older version of him. He acts like him. He talks like him. He knows stuff only Sabo would know. It probably, that confusion probably wouldn't last long, but I feel like that would be my first thought, is like, oh shit, Bon Clay somehow like escaped and shit, and now is here and fucking with me. But yeah, that was a good episode. I really enjoyed it. Had a great time. I like the Fujitora scene of him rolling a 1 on the die and then being like, well, didn't we agree that 1 on the die would be we don't arrest Straw Hat Luffy? Like, he's, and you know, I said the whole like, oh, you should get Braille dice or whatever, but I think Fujitora knows exactly what number it was on the die. You know, it's the same as when in the casino or whatever, when we first met him. Like, he knows what's going on. He's not an idiot. He likes to play the blind man. Like, I'm sure he is actually blind, but I think he knows what's going on. He just likes to pretend that he doesn't, because he wants them to say it. He wants to put it down and go, I'm blind, I can't read that. So, can you tell me what's on that die? It's a 1? Oh, it's a 1. Well, you know what that means, you know? Like, he could easily go like, well, that's a 1, so we're not arresting Luffy. But he wants them to say it. He wants them to acknowledge that it's going the way that Fujitora planned. It's very funny. I love his character so much. He's such a great character. Anyway, that is One Piece episodes 735 to 738. Thank you for joining me. Make sure to support this video if you can. Liking the video, commenting down below, and subscribing to the channel. All that stuff helps me out a lot. And you can go to my Patreon account for full-length, early access, and exclusive videos. We are going to be in the next arc on my Patreon account right now if you're watching this on YouTube. So go check it out. Go watch it right now. But thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.